Good afternoon, students. I am very happy to meet you in this online class. So today I am going to teach you for grade 10th class the night the ghost got in, that is prose. Okay. In this very difficult situation, we are moving into online class. So I know very well this is fourth class afternoon session, so don't get bored. Listen, I am going to narrate the story. This story, the night the ghost got in, James Grover Tubers. This story, two teachers already took this class for you. First one, Anu ma'am narrated the story very detailed manner for one class. I saw that video. Okay. So you are very thorough with this story. So another class, Joel sir also narrated this story, I think so, or took the class for you. So no problem. Today, from beginning onwards, I am going to read the line by line reading as well as giving the odd words. A little bit fast I will move because you are very familiar with the story. Yes? Good. Last class, Wednesday I gave some study portion for you. Then for Thursday also I gave some study portion yesterday. So today, have you studied those study portion? Wednesday I gave first unit prose, book in between short answers, 10 short answers. Yes, have you studied? Then next, yesterday's study portion, book back short answers. Have you studied book back short answers? Okay, good. I think you have studied. Yes? Good. So today the study portion for Friday, today's study portion is we will go for prose paragraph. We have 2 paragraphs, I think so. How many paragraphs are there for unit 1? I think so. How many paragraphs? 2 paragraphs. One is describe the struggles underwent by the young seagull to overcome its fear of flying. Yes? Read that first paragraph. As well as one more paragraph is there. Your parents sometimes behave like a young bird's parents. Very adamant or very strict. They may seem cruel and unrelenting. Does it mean that they do not care for you? Some parents are like that. Some parents are very lenient. Some parents are very cherishing parents. Yes, maybe the same. Explain your views about it with reference from the story. 2 paragraphs are there. So read those paragraphs. Okay, for one paragraph one day you use, next paragraph next day. So Friday and Saturday. Have you understood? Monday I will give the new study portion for you. Have you understood? Okay. So we will move into the lesson. Yes, before moving into the lesson, last class I taught you supplementary reader, second supplementary, zigzag. Are you thorough with the story? Have you listened the class attentively? Are you thorough? The story? Did you read once that story? Okay, good. So students, reading is very important for English. Have you understood? Okay, so read the textbook very well and improve your vocabulary skills. Okay, it will help you in your higher studies. Okay, because most of the things we are studying only in English language. So why this much importance I am giving for English language means if you are very good in vocabulary skill, definitely your understanding skill will increase. So you will learn very good, you will get very good knowledge of English as well as other subject. It is very easy to learn. Have you understood? So don't be lenient or don't be lethargic. Study according to your study plan. Have you understood? Okay. Come. Take page number 30. I am not wasting the time. So take page number 30. The night the ghost got in prose. James Grover Tubers. Already ma'am narrated about James Grover Tubers. Okay, just to come to that one. Actually, this man, James Grover Tuber was a humorist as well as a cartoonist. Okay, very good in a cartoonist. In newspaper, if you have the habit of reading newspaper, you could see this cartoons. Okay, symbolical representation. Okay, they will show some symbolical representations. Sometimes it is about this satirical things will come. Yes, indirectly they will say something in that cartoonish as well as humorist. Okay, humorist, we can see in this story itself how humor is showing in this story. Okay, this story is about the first person narrations. This the narrator is actually our author only, the narrator James Grover Tuber. They did not mention any other narrator. Okay, here the characters are narrator. Okay, a narrator maybe James Grover Tuber. Then two brothers Herman and Roy. Okay, then Bodwell. This is Bodwell means narrator's neighbors. Okay. What happened? Okay, that strange incident happened at the night of November 17, 1915. What happened? November 17 and 1915. That early morning, 1:15. What happened in the life of our narrator? Yes, a strange thing happened in that life. Then what happened? Mother got up and threw shoes at the neighbor's house. This people thought that it was at first they thought it was a burglars. Finally, this narrator came to the conclusion it was a ghost. Yes or no? A ghost, we know very well. What is the meaning of ghost? The spirit. Yes, spirit. We cannot see that. Yes or no? Or a soul of a human. A soul of a human. That is the spirits. Okay. Normally, in these movies, these 2 years or this time, the horror movie, it's very famous. That is a trendy for our Tamil movies. Yes or no? Have you seen the series of so many series? Palace, yes or no? Aranmane series. Yes, have you seen that movie? Yes, good. Then Kanjana movie. Yes or no? Kanjana, there is some collections of Kanjanas. Yes or no? Okay. In Kanjanas, they have given how to identify whether the ghost is in your home. Yes or no? They give 3 simple steps to identify whether the ghost in your home. That is in Kanjana they have said. Yes or no? Have you seen that? Yes, they said some first one is something, second, then third one is giving the feast to the cow. Yes or no? If the cow ate that, no. Otherwise, it will start to move away where the ghost is. Yes or no? Good. Then in this movie, Palace. Yes or no? Palace, what they did? Yes or no? They already they kept that egg in a bujas. Then if the ghost, one who affected by the ghost, if he comes very close, the egg started to rotate. Yes or no? Have you seen? Good. So these are the ways they said in that movie how to identify the ghost in your home. Like that here also they talked about a ghost. Finally they came to the conclusion it was a ghost. They called the police. How much commotion, confusion. Okay, disturbance came to that house. Isn't finally what happened? This grandfather come to the conclusions. Who are these police people? Yes, policemen. Then finally, a very simple reason. Okay, and nothing. Yes or no? It's a humorous story. Yes, I'm going to the story. Listen the class. Okay, take your textbook with your pencil. Okay, listen the class attentively. You will get. We can improve our vocabulary skill if you come across this lesson. Have you understood? Okay, all of you take the book. Yes. The night the ghost got in. James Grover Tuber. Imagination of odd things always leads to absolute humor. Read the lesson and enjoy the narrator's experience with his grandfather, who creates chaos and laughter with his imaginative story. Chaos means confusion. What is the meaning of chaos? Confusion, disturbance, laughter with his imaginative story. It is not a real story, it's an imaginative story of James. Okay, come to our point. The ghost that got into our house on the night of November 17, 1915 raised such a hullabaloo of misunderstanding. Hullabaloo of misunderstanding means, see the meaning, glossary. Hullabaloo means lot of loud noise made by people who are excited. Okay, that is hullabaloo. Who are got excited, they will make a loud noise. For example, if you are seeing the cricket match in the stadium, how they will because of excitement. Okay, come. Hullabaloo of misunderstanding, that I am sorry, I did not just let it keep on walking and go to bed. Its advent caused my mother to throw a shoes through a window of the house next door, and ended with my grandfather shooting a patrolman. Patrol means, already meaning is there, a patrolling police officer, that is called as patrolman. I am sorry therefore, as I have said, that I ever paid any attention to the footsteps. After that, I never showed any attention to the footsteps. Have you understood or not? Okay, come. So sometimes when we hear a footsteps, okay, we may have so much of prediction. The same thing happened in the life of our narrator. Have you understood? Okay. For example, during rainy season, this type of footsteps are very common. If in night time there is no sound, means drops of water, water drop may leads like a sound of a steps. Okay, moving. Such a way it will get such a idea in our mind. Okay, that is the story. That is the gist of the story. We will move into the story. They began about a 1:15 in the morning. A rhythmic quicker, cadenced walking around the dining room table. Okay, quarter past means write the meaning of quarter past. Okay, it's actually quarter past, the usage of Americans. Okay, quarter past means write the meaning 15 minutes. Quarter past means 15 minutes past any hour. Any hour. Okay, listen. 15 minutes past any hour is called as quarter past. Keep it in your mind. In Indian usage, it's very rare to use this type of words, but American people use this type of words. Okay, so keep it in your mind. Quarter past 1 in the morning. So early morning, 1:15. The time is 1:15. A rhythmic quick Canderson walking around the dining room table. And Canderson means, write the meaning of Canderson. Balanced, rhythmic flow. Okay, balanced rhythmic flow. Okay, what is going on? Rhythmic quick Anderson walking around that this dining room table. Okay, they had a sound in the dining room. These people, this narrator was in the first floor. So this dining room in the ground floor, there was some sound was going on around the dining table. My mother was asleep in one room upstairs. My brother Herman in another. Grandfather was in the attic. What is this meaning of attic? See in glossary box. What is the meaning of attic? A space or room inside or partly inside the roof of a building. Okay, that is called as attic. A space or room inside or partly inside the roof of a building. Okay, that is called as attic. Okay, come. So here what they are saying means mother in the second floor, maybe ground floor, first floor, second floor, maybe in the second floor or in the same floor. So mother was asleep one room upstairs. They are talking about upstairs. Okay, maybe from ground floor or from where our narrator is standing. Okay, maybe up one floor up. So mother was sleeping in one floor. This Herman, the brother of narrator, was sleeping in another another room, because you know very well that is night time, is early morning, 1:15, that is the way. So grandfather was in the attic, that extended room. Grandfather was sleeping. Then in that old walnut bed, which as you will remember once fell on my father. I had just stepped out of the bathtub and I was busy rubbing myself with the towel when I heard the footstep. So they have given where the grandfather is sleeping in the walnut. Walnut bed means a hard wood tree. Okay, name of a tree. Okay, that is called that wood. That wood bed. This grandfather was sleeping. This was the incident. At the time, he heard the sound of someone was walking around the dining table when he was coming out of the bathtub. Okay, after taking the bath. They were towel when I heard the steps. They were the steps of a man walking rapidly. Rapidly means quickly. What is the meaning of rapid? Quickly around the dining table downstairs. The light from the bathroom shone down the back steps, which dropped directly into the dining room. I could see the faint sign of plates. Faint means not bright. What is the meaning of faint? Faint means not bright. Faint. Okay, not shining. Faint. Okay, listen. So when he heard the sound, what happened? Okay, he was through the light from the bathroom. We could see the back of the kitchen. Okay, our dining room. At that side, they could see only the this plates. Okay, faint sign of the plates on the plate rail. What is the plate rail means? It refers to the rack of the plate. We have various racks are there, book racks are there, plate racks are there. That is a rack is called as rail. They could see only that because of the shade of the light. Then I could not see the table. The steps kept going round and round the table at regular intervals. A board creaked when it was trod upon. What is the meaning of trod upon? Write the meaning of trod upon. To walk heavily. To walk. What is the meaning of trod upon? To walk heavily. At regular intervals, what was going on means he could not see that dining table, but that rail of the plate rail he could see. Then what was at regular intervals, there is a creaking of the board. Okay, was something going on there. Okay, I supposed at first that if it was my father or my brother Roy who had gone to Indianapolis, but were expected home at any time. I suspected that it was a burglar. It did not enter my mind until later that it was a ghost. Okay, come to this one. So Herman went for Indianapolis. Okay, Herman is not Herman, Roy. Roy went for Indianapolis. Indianapolis is one of the states of America. Okay, so this story happened in America. He is waiting for. At first they thought maybe his father or his brother Roy. He came back from Indianapolis. Okay, that is one thing. The another one is he thought after that he had another doubt because a father or brother came means some usual sound may get. Okay, but it is unusual sound. So maybe a burglar. Burglar maybe create a unusual sound. Okay, that was an unusual sound around the tip. Then finally he came to the conclusion, maybe a ghost. Have you understood that now? Small children, okay, some students are highly fear of going to dark. You may have some perception in our mind. In dark we could see maybe a ghost maybe in the dark places. Like that here also finally come to the conclusion it was a ghost. After the walking had gone on for perhaps 3 minutes, I tiptoed to the Herman's room, hissed in the dark, shaking him. Okay. So finally, after that there was a the sound came down. There was no sound in that place for 3 minutes. At the time, our narrator went to this Herman's room. Okay. tiptoed means, write the meaning of what is the meaning of tiptoed means to walk quietly. Write the meaning. To walk quietly. With only the tips of the toes touching the ground. Okay. So why tiptoed means very important. Tiptoe means to walk quietly with only the tips of the toes touching the ground. If you walk like that, what will happen? Okay, you may not create any sound. That's why they walk in such a way. Such a way is tiptoed to Herman's room. I hissed in a dark, shaking him. Where he said in a low, hopeless tone of a despondent beguile. Okay, despondent means, write the meaning. What is the meaning of despondent? Write the meaning of despondent, loss of hope. Despondent, beguile means, beguile refers to detective. Beguile, loss of hope, detective. See, pissed means here implies that the speaker is sending whispered information to another person because he had a fear because of ghost. So he tiptoed into the home and called the brother, okay, to go there and see what was going on. Okay, that was that things. Okay, but brother had a loss of hope. Okay, despondent beguile. He always suspected that something would get him in the night. I told him who I was. Okay, normally this Herman believed in night time somebody will take away from the sleep. Okay, so he is confirming that it was the narrator. Yes, there is something downstairs, I said. He got up and followed me to the head of the back staircase. The steps had ceased. Ceased means stopped. The step has ceased, stopped. Herman looked at me in some alarm. Alarm means, write the meaning of alarm. Sudden surprise with fear. Alarm means sudden surprise with fear. That is sudden surprise with fear. Okay, so what happened? He called this brother and they both of them trying to go to the downstairs to see what was going there. At the time they stopped at the back steps. They are back steps. They had a surprise with fear. They are very small boys. Okay, so they had some fear in their mind as well. I had only the bath towel around my wrist. He wanted to go back to bed. I grasped his arm. Okay, what was going there means this narrator had only a towel on his wrist. Okay, he was wearing only the towel. The next one is the brother is not willing to go down. He pulled that man his arm. He pulled his arm. There is something down there, I said. Instantly the steps began again. Circled the dining room table like a man running and started up the stairs towards us heavily, two at a time. The light still shone fairly down the stairs. Okay. So now what was going on? After a 3 minutes of break, again the walking had started. Or again that is starting. Then that the steps are coming very close to the staircase, two at a time. Yes or no? Someone is walking there. Okay, such things are coming to the. They can hear there. Yes. The light still shone fairly down the stairs. We saw nothing coming. We only heard the steps. Herman rushed to his room and slammed the door. I slammed shut the door at the stair top and held my knees against it. Okay. After hearing the sound, okay, strange sound they heard. Okay, this Herman just rushed to the room and shut the door. Our narrator, what he did means, this step there was on door. He was standing at the back of the door and closed the door. After a long minute, I slowly opened it again. There was nothing there. There was no sound. None of us ever heard the ghost again. Okay. Then what happened? After that, after a short period of time, they opened the door. They were seeing nothing was there. Okay. Yes. Then after that there was no sound, nothing. Okay. The slamping means, see the meaning of slamp, vocabulary. Glossary, see the glossary. Slamping means shutting a door or window forcefully and loudly. That is slamping. Okay. Had aroused mother, she peered out of her room. What on earth are you boys doing? She demanded. Herman ventured, okay, out of his room. Nothing, he said gruffly, but he was in color a light green. What was all running downstairs? Said mother. So she had heard the steps too. He just looked at her. Burglars, she shouted intuitively. I tried to quieten her, but starting lightly downstairs. Okay. Gruffly means, see the meaning, sadly. Okay. Nothing, he said sadly, but he was, okay. Then intuitively means without conscious reasoning, instinctively. Okay. Come to the point. Okay. Now what happened? Mother got up from the bed. Okay. Mother got up from the bed and asked what strange thing going on there. Okay. Boys, what were you doing? Okay. They slammed the door. Mother got from the sleep. Okay. Wake up from the sleep, and she asked about what was going on. I heard the sound, the footsteps down the ground floor. I heard the footsteps. Okay. So nothing. Who said? Herman said. Okay. He just looked at her. Burglars, she shouted intuitively. I tried to quieten her, but lightly downstairs. Okay. But he was quietening her. Right? She was shouting. Okay. She was shouting. It was a burglar. It may be a thief in the downstairs. Come on, Herman, I said. Okay. I will stay with mother, he said. She is all excited. I stepped back onto the landing. Okay. Now he called Herman. Okay. Initially he called Herman, but now also he was calling Herman. We will go down and see what sound was going there. Okay. Now the sound stopped. There were no sound there. I stepped back onto the landing. Don't either of you go a step, said mother. We will call the police. Since the phone was downstairs, I did not see how we were going to call the police. Nor did I want the police, but mother made one of the quick, incomparable decisions. Okay, now come to the conclusion. What was going on means, okay, you no need to go down. Okay, it may be a danger. So we will call the police. Okay, we will call the police. They will come and find out what was going there. Okay. So actually their phone is in the downstairs. Okay, they cannot go down. Okay, so mother came to the conclusion. What conclusion we will see? She flanked up a window of her bedroom, which faced the bedroom windows of the house of the neighbor. Picked up a shoe and warmed it through a pan of glass across the narrow space that separated the two houses. Okay, flank up means, right, the meaning of flank up. An act of moving the limbs or body with violent movements. What is the meaning of flank up? Act of moving the limbs or body with violent movements. Okay, so she took the shoes and threw at the neighbor's house. Already this story you know very well. Yes or no? Here I stop today's class. We will see this remaining things tomorrow's class. Okay. Thank you, students.